Alright guys, so I am what you call a zoomer.
With the Gundam series expanding with every new release,
It gets harder and harder for new people like me to get into it. And even though it doesn't have as many episodes as a series like One Piece, it has over 50 different series with varying levels of quality. Is this even comparable to this? Bro, clearly one of them is better than the other, right? Not to mention there are hundreds of episodes, so how does an 18-year-old like myself know where to start? I wouldn't watch One Piece away. I already have. I have watched One Piece instead because, I like a story that has a clear ending. And Gundam is a series that is a series. Is that even a word? In 2022, everything changed. A new installment of the Gundam series was released. You guys may have heard of it. It's called Gundam Witch from Mercury. And now I don't know about you guys, but I already got hooked off the title, and not to mention, YOASOBI's doing the opening. Bro, when they did the Beastars opening, bro, that shit was so fire. I'm not gonna lie. So I had to take a look to watch the anime, and what do you know? It's pretty good. And I know I'm gonna be watching that. And you also have to listen to the second ending of the second season. And well, let's just say it had me floating. I wouldn't be that guy that likes Gundams. I already built my first one even before venturing into it. Take a look. You may be wondering, that's not a Gundam, that's me, but that's besides the point. I haven't even watched Eva either, but whatever. Who doesn't like robots though? The Witch from Mercury offers a refreshing take on the mecha genre with high doses of action, lesbians, romance, gay girls, and my favorite, cycle of sin. And also, I can't forget to mention gay marriage. Yay! It's highly unique and only has 25 episodes and it is a complete series. The second season had me in absolute tears. Wow. Not actually, but it almost left me in tears. Well, without further ado, let's hop right into the Gundam. Everyone knows we watch anime for the plot. I said the plot. All jokes aside, you won't even have to worry about that when you watch Gundam, because there's not a lick of fan service in this show. Gundam follows a redheaded girl on her journey to find friends, and she pilots the coolest Gundam I've ever seen. Bro, look at the design. It's absolutely fire. And look at the eyes. So mesmerizing. The wings, so flawless. And the accessories, so deadly. You know what's it called? The Gundam bits, gun bits. I don't really care what it's called. It's just cool as hell, bro. I'm not gonna lie. The 2D mechs are top notch, and when they get into battle, you know you're gonna be in for a good time. Gundam is driven by mechs, and Witch from Mercury is no different. We've got Myth, I don't know what that is, but obviously we got Ariel, Verax, Calibarns, Swarzets, and many more. And these are not just mechs either. It features a coming of age story with also racism, a different kind of racism. You could say intergalactical, because racism between planets. And basically in this world, a war between the Earthlings and the Spatians, which are people from different planets, which is honestly pretty cool. And while I watched this series, I learned a lot about many things, including the racism, and I also learned about cycle of sin and also the meaning of life. You learn to appreciate the little things while you watch Gundam. Make a bucket list, hang out with friends and family, trust those who trust in you, and always follow your heart. Alright, that was cringe, bro. The most important thing of this show is that it taught me that villains are much rarer than you think. Most villains were once heroes and not actually evil. Except these guys. We don't talk about them. The reasoning is the basis of the personality, and if you understand that, you can apply it to real situations as well. Which from Mercury basically teaches us that there are always two sides to a situation, because someone's negative experience can turn their whole life negative, while someone's positive experience can turn their whole life positive. If you catch my drift. You know me? No, you don't. Secondly, you don't need to follow your parents' path. It's your own free will to do what you do or to do what you don't want to do. From the prologue, you learn the sins of the parents. Much like a series that's pretty good. I don't really like the ending. Kind of controversial, I know. Attack on Titan, which follows the themes of sins of the father, which is pretty cool. Honestly, liked the themes of this one maybe a little better. I don't know. Maybe just a little bit. But a kid is supposed to follow the legacy of the parent. Not actually. It's not required. But Witcher Mercury emphasizes the point of free will, and sometimes it's okay to disobey even at the expense of others. Because at the end of the day, you are your own person. Not your mom's, not your dad's, not your siblings. You are you. You get to decide your own life. Because this is your life. These are the choices you make. And ultimately, this is your stories that you get to choose to live. Now, I won't get into the spoilers, but the main character is, well, unique. Even though she is unique, that makes her want to pursue things that make her more normal. I mean, make a bucket list, indulge in her desires, and chooses to befriend everybody. You know, that happy-go-lucky character. That's basically her. And she is someone who would never harm a fly. Minus that one scene in the last episode of the first season. That was rough. Her character development from a frail university student to exuding confidence was truly astounding. And arguably my favorite character of the show, Roja Turk. I don't know if I said that right. Had the best character development in the whole show. He is one of the most hot-blooded characters in the show, and he developed into a much more complex character with his relationships, especially with his brother. And going into the second season, I was surprised to see him again, because in season 1 he was so unlikable, bro. And the second season made up for everything. The amount of self-growth was astounding, but also realistic given the time frame, because it's been like a few months since then. But the family dynamics as well. His family dynamics with especially his dad and his brother are amazing. And we're not getting into the plot twist, but there's a plot twist about their family. Honestly, I think it's pretty good. It shows that family is... How do I put this? Family is not always blood. Let's just put it at that. And he also grows his relationships with his enemies and his lover. These are all so amazing. And I could go on about the characters that have lost purpose in their lives and ultimately found it once again. But at the end of the day, you would just have to watch it for yourself. to figure out what the heliante I am hecking talking about. Now, I'll admit, the second season is a lot better than the first season. But that doesn't mean the first season isn't good by any means. It is impeccable. But the climactic conclusion was amazing, with most of the characters' stories being wrapped up. And maybe even a little room for season 3? Please. I'll also know that something interesting about the series is that there's also still a light novel going on. So I don't know what's going on with that. If they're going to adapt it, or is it like original? I don't know. But in the future, I may indulge myself some more Gundam. And the only reason why I would do that is because I watched Gundam The Witch from Mercury. Stay tuned for the next video, and yeah. Oh, and one more thing. What's up with the hairstyles? I swear every single character has a wackier hairstyle than the one preceding it. Like, bro, what are these cuts?